Bojack Horseman's closest friend hates him.
I'm not gonna give you closure.
His roommate grew sick of him.
You can't keep doing shitty things!
He became disillusioned with love.
Nobody completes anybody. That's not a real thing.
And in another devastating blow in the show's final moments, Diana sits on a rooftop with Bojack, somberly affirming her intention to leave Bojack for her new life in Houston. But what if Diana was also talking to you? The last episode of BoJack Horseman aired on January 31st, 2020. It was the end of a 6-year journey. What started out as a silly cartoon with cutaway gags transformed to a heart-tugging drama. In the final moments of BoJack Horseman, Bojack and Diana, former ghostwriter and friend of Bojack, are conversing on a rooftop overlooking Los Angeles. As their dialogue concludes and the show fades away, the gentle guitar of indie pop song Mr. Blue plays louder and louder in the background. Its meaning is obvious. The color blue symbolizes sadness, the emotion most representative of Bojack and the catalyst for his hedonistic escapades. The song talks to Bojack from the perspective of Diana. I have to go now, please don't be angry. Recognizing that Diana needed to prioritize her mental health by pursuing her own life in Houston, even if that meant leaving Bojack. It was a moment of maturity for Diana, who recognized that her relationship with Bojack had led her to fall into the same destructive patterns and that she was in no position to save Bojack. She had to be selfish and prioritize her own life first. But what if there was a double meaning behind the song lyrics that encapsulate the show's final moments? What if the line, I have to go now, please don't be angry, was also directed at you?
The ways in which the show has encouraged them to get help for their problems, to feel less alone, to give them a language to articulate the feelings that they've had that maybe they thought that only they had.
People began to see themselves in Bojack. They saw their flaws in Bojack, and they felt understood through Bojack. But there is a dark side to this too. The truth is that people began to rely on the show for their own mental comfort, in an unhealthy way, and they were terrified that one day the show would come to an end. But in the final episode, in the same way Diana had to leave Bojack, the show had to leave us. No show can last forever. There will be a day when its creators have said all they wish to say. But this show was special to many. They related to the mental struggles of Bojack, came to depend on the show for the solace it gave them, and dreaded the day the show would come to an end. People begged the creators not to end the show, but in 2020, the final episode aired. In that episode, just as Diana spoke to a struggling Bojack, the creators spoke to an audience they worried would be distraught by the show's end. The creators dubbed you Mr. Blue and told you, I have to go now, please don't be angry, even though they acknowledged you're sick and sad and sore for some reason. In fact, the final ending scene is littered with double meanings once you start to look for it.
I wish I could have been the person you thought I was, the person who would save you.
That was never your job.
Then why did you always make me feel like it was?
The show grapples with its responsibility to its audience. The show acknowledges that it hasn't saved everyone, that its audience will continue to struggle with real mental health issues. The show acknowledges its insecurity with itself. Maybe it could have done more to save others.
Maybe it's everybody's job to save each other. I don't know.
Here the show struggles with the pressure caused by its audience. How can the show's last message be perfect? How can the audience be satisfied and have their expectations met?
I think there are people that help you become the person that you end up being, and you can be grateful for them, even if they were never meant to be in your life forever.
You can be grateful for the show even if it's not around forever. It still played a part in your life that you can appreciate.
Wouldn't it be funny if this night was the last time we ever talked to each other?
This episode is the last time the show will talk to you.
I need to tell you thank you. And it's going to be okay. And I'm sorry. And thank you.
The show then thanks the audience for its support and ends with an apology. Sorry if the show couldn't be everything you were hoping to get out of it. Maybe what BoJack Horseman teaches us is that television is an escape but not a final answer. That you can feel understood through imperfect cartoon characters, forget your pain through laughter, find connection in characters on a journey abstractly resembling yours. And maybe that show can be a guide, a nudge that drifts you towards the right path. But ultimately, that show can't be around forever. Lasting peace has to come from within. Any other external source is too inconsistent. The end of BoJack doesn't quite feel like a resolution. BoJack doesn't reconcile with all those he hurt. BoJack doesn't have a wife, or a fulfilling stable career, or hobbies he enjoys, or a friend group and family who can support him through his rough patches. BoJack is still directionless, and it's unclear whether he'll be able to find lasting happiness. And yet, in BoJack's final on-screen moments, he seems to have made peace with his imperfections, accepting that he may not have everything he wants, but that's okay. In a final show of optimism, both BoJack and us are ultimately reminded,
Mr. Blue, it ain't so long since you were flying.